and Jane. And so I'm just going to work on his face. We're going to wash it first. And you can actually even start working with, and I probably this is helping with lymphatic drainage as we're going, right?
Fluid, yeah.
It's stimulating the fluid. And it's probably also stimulating the muscles to want to lift. So you can spend a little time and back in here.
Yes.
Okay.
Behind the ear.
Behind the ear. Now, Phil, one of the things that, what is the complaints that you have health-wise in terms of sinuses?
This time of the year, allergies bother me, and so my sinuses get blocked. So breathing is difficult at night.
All right, perfect. So we're going to combine using the Galvanic Spa technique that all the distributors know with lymphatic drainage technique. And so I'm going to take the pre-treatment gel. I'm going to use the Galvanic Spa as a spatula, so I don't turn it on. I just get the gel, and I'm going to put and layer it on the key places. So one of the things we learned was right in here, if you scrunch your shoulder up, there's a little triangle there, so I'm going to put it in there because that's where the lymphatic drainage begins, and we will get a better result. And you notice that I'm just putting the gel on, I'm not rubbing it, because the machine is what's going to get it in there. Okay? So I'm going to leave some in here so I can put it on the back. Why am I doing that? Is so that I can get a better connection, because it's conductive. So I'm going to move it like that. Now, one is for the pre-treatment. It's 1 minute. Setting 2 is for the treatment gel, it's only 2 minutes. If I want a longer treatment, I can go to setting 4, which is negative. It's the pre-treatment gel. It's a trick, right? So setting 4 will give me 5 minutes instead of 1 minute. And then I can move to setting 3 with the treatment gel for 5 minutes. So instead of getting just a 3-minute treatment, I get 10 minutes. So what I'll do right now is I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to set it to number 4. There it is. A lot of gel back there. There's stuff here. And my hand is really dry right now. So I might get some NAPC moisture mist or some water to get this hand hydrated. And turn it on to 4 and press it in. Got 3 beeps. Okay, so really key. That's going to give me a stronger charge. And what I'm going to do right now is hold his hand with a wet hand like this. I'm going to bring it around and I'm going to start right down in here. Now it's important to keep contact at all times with the Galvanic Spa. So this is where the lymphatic drainage is beginning. And so Dee Dee, or Jane, why are we having his head tip back?
Because you need to keep the forehead in a position behind the chin so that will cause the fluid to drain down the face.
Okay. So I'm just kind of working in here, and I'm never taking the machine off of him, okay? I'm not pressing hard because if I press really hard, I'll be moving blood.
Yes.
And right now it's just light movement that's moving the lymphatic. It's helping the lymphatic system, which is a garbage collecting system, to drain. And these are where lymph nodes are.
Yes. And you stay behind the ear for a few minutes, and that will help to pull the fluid more from his face, because his jowls are already starting to change.
So I'm not pressing hard at all. And behind the ear.
Yes.
Anywhere else?
And then back down again. That's fine. Because this, if you watch this right here, this is changing. Every time you come through there, that gets less and less.
So it's a lot of fluid there, which is maybe why his sinuses are bothering him, is he's not draining effectively. So what about the lines up here? These ones apparently, they go down?
Yes. Bring that down the side of the face, and that'll stimulate the sinuses, the frontal sinus.
And then from this line over
Mastoid
here,
sinus.
we're going to go more
Over
across?
to the side.
Okay.
Directly to the side. That gets the mastoid sinus and starts it draining to the ear.
And then what you were saying over here is that we're going to push up. But I'm not pushing hard.
No. And that's getting the muscle around the eye, the circle muscle around the eye, to reabsorb the fluid, because there is a drain right at the tear ducts. And you can't get your galvanic into the tear ducts, but you can push the fluid so that it can get it that way. Just a little more. And his head needs to go back just.
It needs to go back.
Yes.
Now, sometimes when we're, what about up here? Can I do
And that's the
anything?
frontal sinus. That's going to help him a lot too. And you can go up and down and then go back sideways. The fluid goes that way. Yes.
So this is a better motion?
That's a
to
better
move?
motion for the forehead. Because you'll bring it back over to the side and then it'll drain down the face.
There's a lot of drainage right on the side here as well?
Yes. There's a couple of lymph nodes right there on the side of the eye.
So Phil, are you experiencing anything right now?
Yeah, my right side of my nose is clear.
Was it stuffy before we started?
Not too bad, but I just had gone outside and used some nasal spray about 45 minutes ago, so that is kind of helping a little. But I have to do that a lot at night.
So it's kind of been a chronic
Yes.
deal.
But you can see the fluid here on the side of his face is getting smaller and smaller from the camera. You can see it through there.
So this is a technique that we use often, is to raise the eyebrow. And we, when we want to get an effect on people, I'll just leave it up here for a couple of beeps. It beeps every 20 seconds. And we also hang out right down here to get an effect here. So often we get a really good reduction here. Is that because of the drainage as well?
It's the drainage, and it's also stimulating the muscles, because you're going along the side of the masseter muscle and waking it up.
Okay. And the long-term benefit, even if we don't get a great result the first time, is that the more we use it, the ageLOC ingredients, which are genetic, are going to help the genes produce elastin and collagen like we were young, and turn off that really nasty enzyme that starts being produced by our genes in our 40s, 50s, or 60s called AR-NOX. And AR-NOX is an internal free radical generator. It's an enzyme that creates these free radicals that attacks elastin and collagen and causes us to age overnight. So the ageLOC treatment gel will inhibit that nasty enzyme from being produced, and will also give us the ageLOC ingredients that will turn on the genes that produce elastin and collagen. Long-term benefit, and we have a performance guarantee on the gels. Is that right? Like if we're on ADR, we take a photo, and we're on ADR with the gels, and we do it for 2 months. If we don't look younger, it's free. Same performance guarantee for the Future Serum and True Face Essence Ultra. So that's 5 minutes on that. And you can probably close the camera, because that's the technique. I'll then do number 3, setting 3 with the blue. So that's some technique for you with Phil Doro and Jeffrey Lee. Thanks so much.